Surprise! So, not going to have a regular video this week, or perhaps the next week even, because I have to go on a sudden 10-day trip to Hong Kong. It's not a holiday or anything. It's not the happiest of circumstances. It's actually a family funeral. But I thought I would make this little video just as a sort of like what's in my bag video to show you some of the stuff that I'm bringing with me onto the flight in Hong Kong, and I'll update you once I'm there. But here is the bag that everything is going to go into that I'm going to show you, or almost everything. This is a very nice Fossil bag that I got as a gift. It looks a bit flaccid at the moment, but I assure you it is a very dapper looking bag, and it's got a whole bunch of pockets and everything like that. So it's actually quite a convenient, nice looking bag. So I'll show you each thing as I sort of pop it into the bag. Probably the first thing you probably want to know is the headphones I'm taking on board the flight. They will be the Bose QC35s. Now, interestingly, I found out two things recently about the QC35. One is that if you scratch it, it actually shows up white like this. Bose says they use some kind of glass polymer hybrid, so that's what happens. The other thing is that I was wondering, does the wireless on this headphone turn off automatically? You see the Bluetooth icon flashing when you plug the wire in, and the conclusion is yes, it does. So I'm very thankful that using this pair of wireless headphones on the flight won't plunge us into the ocean. If it does happen, then you know who to blame. You know, the big logo here. So no, I'm sure there are many, many other gadgets that I'm bringing on board that could potentially, put us all in danger. So I'm very much going to be making sure that I put flight mode on anything that I can. So that's going into the bag. We have the NWZ A15 digital audio player. A lot of people always ask me, do I use a portable digital audio player? The funny thing is, I don't really know. This thing basically, I use it at home most of the times, just so that I have touch controls when I'm listening to music in bed or anything like that. But this will be great on the plane because, virtually all the music on this is, I don't have to rely on streaming services, which I won't be able to access while I'm on the flight. So that's going to go in this little nook here. Next up is these earphones. These are the Etymotic ER4XRs. I have not mentioned buying these on a video, but I did post some very, very positive initial impressions on Reddit, which I'll link in the description of this video. These are fantastic. My impressions of these have only gotten more positive since I wrote those impressions on Reddit. This is something that you're going to look forward to seeing on the channel. I'm going to look forward to the amazing noise isolation when I'm on the plane. Okay, so next up is the camera gear. So I'm going to try and make a few videos in Hong Kong. This is the Sony RX100 M3, which you may have seen in earlier videos. The reason why I really love this camera for video work is that it's just very, very compact. At the same time, it has some features that are really good for taking video. Particularly, there's an inbuilt ND filter, which if you don't know, is basically a sort of gray, neutral density piece of glass that slides in front of the lens, and it reduces the amount of incoming light by equal amounts across all colors. And the reason why you'd want to do that is when you're shooting video, you actually want to lower the frame rate. It's rather that you don't want the frame rate to have to get too fast or blah, blah, blah. It's a huge thing. I'll explain in another video. I don't have actually the time to do it now, but ND filter on this, very useful. Whole bunch of things very useful. And then I got this little Manfrotto Pixie tripod, which gives it a nice little handle, which I'm going to be able to hold it around. Oh, and the other thing I love about this for video work is that it does the flip LCD thing. So if I do any videos on this trip, it'll be on this camera, and you've seen videos from this combination before. So very, 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 very positive about this. And that's actually going all into this little crumpler bag. It's not going into the, it's not actually going into the carry-on because I'm not going to be filming videos on the plane. I'm going to be writing my thesis on the plane. So that's going in there, along with, now, the worst thing about those previous Hong Kong videos that I did was that the audio was terrible. I think one of the reasons. So this time around, I'm actually going to bring my recorder, but more importantly, I'm going to bring my my Rode mic, which you've seen in recent videos. This is a lavalier mic that you've seen clip-on mic on my shirt. So hopefully we're going to be able to get better on location sound, and that goes right into this recorder, which goes into my back pocket. And hopefully, I mean, I don't know how many videos I'm going to end up being able to do while I'm on the trip, but you'll be able to see something. So let's pop that into this bag here. This is my whole kind of video production bag, essentially. Last thing is that if I need to do any monitoring, audio monitoring out of the laptop, and I'd be perfectly happy to use the Etymotics that we just saw as a monitor, but because they're balanced armatures, the sound will change according to the output impedance of whatever thing you plug it into, and I can't, again, it's not something I can really explain in this video, but it is something that I'm a little wary of. So I bought a pair of VSonic GR07s as well. These are my trusty earphones. I know how they're meant to sound. They have a relatively neutral profile, and better yet, because they're dynamic drivers, they have a very flat impedance curve. I'm not going to interact too much with whatever I plug it into. So that's going to be the sort of portable compact monitor that I'm going to bring along with me. I can plug it into, shove it into this little bag here. Now, let's see. I talk a great deal about the possibility of doing video, but honestly, I'm not actually looking forward to editing too much video because it's going to have to be done on this 11-inch MacBook Air from 2013. I love this computer. I've owned it for like 3 years now. It's never missed a beat. I got it for like $500, which was insane. I bought it new for $500, thanks to some stacking discount combination of buying from a Kogan, the grey market importer, plus some eBay 20% off sale. It was some crazy combination, but this is great. I bought it for like a sort of mobile typing platform, and it performs well in that regard. It is terrible for video editing, honestly, because it's such a tiny screen, but I very rarely have to edit on the go. So I'm not really looking to replace this with anything more powerful anytime soon until maybe we'll see what the next MacBook Pros are like. But anyway, that's going into a slipcase. I'm not actually bringing that onto the plane because the thing is, it actually doesn't... tray table real estate on a plane is very important to me. So as far as the tray table goes, the thing that's going to come with me on the plane is this. This is my iPad Pro 9.7 inch. I actually didn't show you guys this on the video, let alone the 12.9 inch that I had previously. I had a 12.9 inch iPad Pro, and then when this came out, after all, I replaced it with this one. Predominantly, I read manga on it, which is funny, but I also do some sketching, and I do some typing on the typing keyboard. Takes very little tray table real estate, really. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be doing quite a bit of typing on the plane as I work on the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. There's also a notebook which I will be writing on. I'm going to do an experiment to see whether I can actually get more stuff written by hand or by typing, because I suspect that it's very easy to... I have this feeling that it's very easy to type when you know exactly what you want to type very quickly. But as far as writing goes, free-flowing writing, I feel like I could maybe get something a bit more out of written, lined. Even though my hand now cramps up, it's been a while since I've actually used my fingers to do writing with a pen, so it's sort of funny. Last thing, of course, is, forgot to mention, this is the wireless mouse that I'm going to bring with the laptop. It's actually a pretty good one. It's a little Microsoft Sculpt Touch. It's got this weird scroll wheel where it actually works by haptic feedback. When the mouse is turned on, when you rub it up and down, it actually vibrates backwards. And it feels somewhat like the illusion of a scroll wheel, which is kind of fun. I got this because it's relatively cheap. It has one of those lasers, or I'm not sure actually if it's a laser or not, but it tracks on most surfaces. It's proven to be pretty reliable. I know there's better ones out there, but again, I don't really use it all that often, so it's not a bad thing. Lastly, I was going to say, as far as charging cables go, I was just going to give you a little tip. So, everyone, especially if you have Apple devices, you might have a bunch of them that use micro USB and then a bunch of them that use Lightning. A lot of people, I think, don't know this, but you can buy an adapter from Apple. Of course, it costs money, but you can buy an adapter that goes from Lightning to micro USB, because in the European Union, they issued a regulation that said that all mobile phones should standardize around micro USB. And Apple, as a compromise, I think they gave out these adapters for free, or at least made them available. But you can buy these in other territories as well. And that means you can bring around one micro USB cable and you can convert it to a Lightning cable, and you don't have to bring around a whole set of cables. So what a time to be alive that we can have that cross-compatibility brought to you by a tiny little adapter that costs $25. Okay, so that's pretty much what's going to go in my bag. And once I get to the, the other side, Hong Kong, I mean, not the plane plunging into the ocean scenario, I will update you then. Now is probably a good time also, if you would like to keep up with, random things that I post, check out my Twitter at twitter.com/LachlanLikesTheThing, or my Facebook at facebook.com/LachlanLikesTheThing. And again, if you are a Patreon subscriber, please make sure that you get your invitation to the Discord server, because I'm going to be able to, I'm going to chat with you while I'm in Hong Kong. You'll keep me company in the hotel room while I'm scribbling away on my thesis. So I will see you guys then. And until then, happy listening, happy traveling, whatever you may be doing.